Close Flow again on NTA2 Lagos Network Center. My name is Fola Martins, and it's ever, a delight to welcome every one of you to join us on this show. This morning again, we are not going too far away from what we've been doing the past couple of months. That is coming to the table here with some distinguished Nigerians, some experts are situated to come and talk to us about some very critical, crucial national issues or issues that will affect us nationally in trying to build the Nigerian space. We are therefore going to be talking with somebody this morning from, the academia as well as some level of intellectual development to come and share with us some experience on a forthcoming conference that will be looking at the question of how you work and how you share your work with your family, or how you share your family with your work if you're going to reverse the situation. So many of us today, we think we can be a little bit more productive. Everybody's saying that Nigerians don't have the right disposition to work. We are not sure about our work ethics. And then we now have to confront ourselves, or we are going to be confronted now with the invasion of modern technology. So how do we do with all this? That is what we're going to be doing this morning. And then we have with us Hashim Zein, who is going to be sharing with us his vast experience in this area. You're welcome to Close Flow.
Thank you very much.
All right. Hashim, incidentally, is the project consultant to this conference on, what did we call the conference again?
Society and Technology.
Yeah, Society and Technology. So, okay, let me quickly talk on Zein. It doesn't look like a Nigerian, but it's a Nigerian, really. So, but what will this be doing for us, this conference?
This conference is called Society and Technology 2013 to begin with. It is examining the theme of digital technology and new media. And the theme goes, transforming businesses, challenging family values.
Transforming businesses, challenging family values. Okay, go ahead.
So what we're looking at is basically how do we balance work and life. That's what we're going to be looking at this conference, and how technology impacts our work, our life, and the balance between work and life. And what we'll be showcasing is several panels, several guest speakers, keynote speakers, and a case study, so we can start a discussion. Is technology good for work? Is it bad for work? Is it good for family? Is it bad for family? And then how do we balance it?
Okay, but now from your current experience, from the kind of interactions you've had with those who have experienced technology at some advanced level. Let's leave Nigeria right now because we're just at the primary level of it. But for those societies that have actually embraced technology in terms of work relationship, how has it fared there?
I mean, I can tell you from what we've seen in terms of what you observe in the news and media and research is that outside Nigeria, people have really embraced technology. But we still have to have that discussion, and that's what the conference is about. Is it this embracing of technology, is it good? Beneficial? And that's the question we keep asking ourselves, because we can see everybody's on their iPad. People sit down together, and as soon as the conversation stops for 2 seconds, everybody's doing this.
On their BBs.
They're on their BBs, on whatever mobile device they have on them at the point in time, and there could be a silence for 5 minutes. I went to school in this country, and in this country, if you had silence when you're in school for 20 seconds, they say
somebody's wrong.
Yeah, something happened. There's a ghost that passed or something. But this is practical. This is very normal. There's no discussion, but there's activity. There's a lot of brain activity happening, yet there's no actual interaction. Now, but those people are interacting with somebody else.
Away from that immediate.
Maybe away from that immediate. So there is still interaction. The question now is, if those people who are together are a family and they're not interacting, what's the implication of that? Or has interaction changed?
Okay.
Has it changed? But the question, and that's where we're coming back to the conference, that's what we want to trash out. So we're bringing all the experts, people who have experienced it, people who have been able to be part of their families' lives from 3,000 miles away using technology. Bringing them together in one space so we can have that discussion. And we're bringing CEOs, HR directors, top executives, because we know we can't bring all of Lagos into
that place.
So we're bringing those people because we know they have the maximum effect.
Okay.
To take this back to their HR directors, or the HR directors themselves take this back to their companies and can put policies in place that could enhance how we work and how we live through work.
Now, but Hashim, are we not leaving out a critical element in this composition of those who are going to be there? The housewife,
They're definitely also invited. So there will be a lot of civil interest groups there. There will be other NGOs represented, and there will be academia there as well.
Okay.
So we're going to get it from a practical standpoint. From some, a lot of times in Nigeria we work very hard, and the higher you go on the corporate ladder, the more you even work, the harder you work, right? So we're going to have people who are really, really busy tell us how they're managing, how they're stumbling through it, or how they're succeeding through it. Either way, we're going to have people like the housewives there, or female business owners and female leaders. Okay. In fact, one of the guests that we expect is the Minister for Communication Technology, Ms. Mobola Johnson, who is a very busy woman, has a family, and
she's doing this.
Yeah. And so how is she dealing with that? And then she's also over an institution or parastatal that governs a lot how we use digital technology and new media today. At least very important aspects of it.
Okay, now, but are you not a little bit disappointed, with our work environment? We are, just like you rightly pointed out, we are really not, at the cusp of using technology. We are still, grappling with the basics, but we socialize with it. Yes, a lot of devices with all sorts of communication, all sorts of interactions. But for workspace, it doesn't seem to be applicable.
I mean, it's a global problem. Most people end up using less than 20% of their phone or the device's capability. I mean, your phone can send, if I understand correctly, when we sent people to the moon, when NASA sent the first astronauts to the moon, they had less computing power than your calculator. Right? And so you have this
Say that again, Hashim?
Yeah, less computing power than your...
To send the rocket to the moon?
Than your scientific calculator, absolutely. A lot of things are done by hand. And today you have equivalent of vast amounts of computing capability, not to mention the fact that you can easily access the internet, where it just becomes a quantum leap in the amount of computing technology, the ability to compute information that you have at your fingertips. And how well we're using that, how efficient we're able to use that, depends on how well we're sensitized, I should say, to these technologies. And that's another thing the conference brings. So we're bringing people who are creating these technologies. We're bringing people who are very versed in these technologies to show us, okay, good, maybe technology is great, but here are the pitfalls. For example, there's some scares. Now your child could be in his own room, his or her room, and you don't know what they're watching
all the way from you.
Absolutely. You don't know who they're interacting with. There are predators out there. And for you as adults, there are a lot of scam artists from all corners of the earth. A lot of times they say there's 419 in Nigeria and things like that, but you'd be surprised when you go global, the amount of risk you expose yourself to just by being... In fact, just by having your Bluetooth on freeway, there are people who can access your phone and hack it.
Hashim?
Yes.
On the highway?
On the highway, in
traffic.
Your phone?
You're in traffic. Your Bluetooth is on?
Once you're in traffic, your Bluetooth is on. There could be somebody else in the next car trying to hack through your phone. Now, we still don't use as much credit cards in Nigeria yet. I mean, we have PINs.
We're getting close to it now.
But as you get
cashless.
Exactly. As privacy becomes more important, access to that privacy also becomes it's worth more. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now you're putting a little scare in me now, because I'm just wondering. So, but how do we now get our people to? It's okay that we're doing this conference. Yeah. So, but how do we put it on the street? How do we begin to expand, as it were, the frontiers of those who are going to be aware of this?
It's a very interesting question. The way we see it is, like I said, we can't really take 30 or 18 million people. But we know if we get the CEOs and top executives of the biggest employers, we can get through them. We're automatically impacting 150, 200,000 people, maybe 1 million people. And those people go back into their communities and they pass it on through their actions or just observations, advice, admonitions, etc. It starts to trickle down. And before you know it, we have more information passing down about what we should do about technology in our society, what we should do about technology in our families, how does that affect work, how do you take work home, how do you take family to work, etc. All that We've got really stellar speakers that are coming to talk about those things.
You know, just at the recent National Economic Summit, the Minister of Agriculture was talking about how technology, that is, well, telephoning, has helped, you know, as it were, to effectively manage, you know, the farming season.
Yeah.
Now, is that the kind of thing we're looking at, sir?
Well, I mean, we're coming from the side of technology and family. Our question is, now that your phone can manage your farming season, how is that going to impact your family life? Does that give you more time for your family, or is this going to make you just more work? For example, I remember one of my mentors used to say he grew up in a farm in another country, and his brother runs that farm, and the guy just, everything's automated. He automates his tractor, he's got internet inside his tractor, he's got AC, and he's got Facebook. So he's actually hanging out with friends on Facebook while the tractor is actually moving and doing all the clearing and everything else, all the tilling and etc.
No, but that is changing the complexion of human relationship. Because now you're saying that, look, the man can actually be in his own world and not actually have some physical, as it were.
Right.
Yeah, you know. So what was that? What's that telling us?
I mean, I don't want to give away everything, but I think if you can get yourself to that conference, there's a lot.
No, you got to let some of our viewers know what's going on there.
Well, I mean, just think about it. You can be in so many places. We're living in an era now where you're going to have friends. Remember the days of pen pals? You send a letter, and the letter comes back. But now you're going to have friends where you're going to have meaningful discussions with. You're going to have work relationships, and you may never meet these people in your lifetime. And you can discuss things with them that you're going to get into boundaries that you're never able to get to before. You're going to have family that you're not going to meet as often. You don't have to wait till December before you meet them. But you are constantly updating your familiar relationships with them through Facebook, etc. And the same at work. And then now you start to say, okay, what if you're doing that at work? Is that good for the employer? Does that make you more happy? Or does that make you less productive? And if you're more happy, are you more productive? There's so many questions
that will be raised.
That'll be raised, and that's why we need we need panels and experts to give us good information to debate. We want them to get into heated discussions. We want them to get into good debates with good sportsmanship, of course, into what we should do and how this is impacting our society today.
Now, one thing I get a little bit wary about is the fact that many Nigerian business leaders are like dinosaurs. You know, they are a little bit slow, you know, when it comes to this modern technology and all that. Have you experienced that?
I don't know. That guy could be my employer tomorrow. I'm not going to comment on that. but I know that if you look around now, everybody's got an iPad. I don't know what they're doing. The iPad may be upside down and not looking at the screen. But the truth is, everybody has an iPad, and information is moving much faster. Every businessman knows that whoever has the best tools wins.
Now,
in any day, during the time when there was just only hose and cutlass and trick to toil the soil, you had people with tractors, and they won. When there were wars, some people had bayonets, the other people had machine guns. The people with machine guns clearly won. And so, in whatever thing you take, whoever has the best technology tends to do better.
At any point in time.
At any point in time. So now, what we have now is sort of a democratization of technology. You've got technology everywhere. Especially and how is it impacting us? You've got the web, so you've got all this technology at your disposal at work, okay, and then you've got family life. Technology, family life. You also have technology in family life. There are fridges now where you can just go on the internet and punch a recipe. Oh, I want to eat ukodo, whatever it is you want to eat, right? I want to try Romanian food. I don't even know who Romanians are, but I hear there's a country called Romania. Okay, let me see. What I can try. Can I make? Is there a recipe? You could do this at home now. You couldn't do this before. But the primordial question remains: what is the impact of technology, especially digital technology, and new media, on our work and family life? Because this is what we're focused on from what IWFI, the Institute for Work and Family Integration. So just to mention that the conference is being put on by the Institute of Work and Family Integration, IWFI, in collaboration with the Lagos Business School.
Okay.
And it's going to be on the October 22nd and 23rd, because maybe people are asking what conference this is about.
Well, yes, so okay.
October 22nd and 23rd.
And the location will be?
And this year, the location would be the Honeywell Auditorium at Lagos Business School, the Agile campus.
Okay.
And we're really looking forward. To register, you can go online to iwfionline.org/conference.
Conference.
Right, so
you can say that again so that
that's
our viewers can pick it up.
IWFI online.org/conference.
Great. So people can actually register online.
To register, the details to register is going to be there to be a delegate to this conference. It's got some amazing speakers. Pascal Dozier is going to be there. Austin O'Carey of Computer Warehouse is going to be there. Like I already said, the minister is going to be there. We have Dr. Chantal Epie from the Lagos Business School, and several other academians are going to be there. I mean, the list goes on. We've got people who could talk about risk to us. We've got we're expecting some other speakers like the CEO and MD of InterSwitch. Tell us. So you should notice in the news they've been talking about lately.
We're going to come to that. We're going to come to that now because really another